Let's say you're about to book your next catamaran, and two offers pop up, a Lagoon 40 and a Lagoon 42. Same brand, almost the same size, so what's the catch? By the end of this video, you'll know exactly which one fits you better, and why. By the way, I'm Igor, a skipper with countless weeks with guests on this and similar boats. From experience, I know what guests usually like and what tends to bother them, and I'm going to share all of that with you right here. After years of skippering both, I can tell you the difference is far bigger than those 2 feet suggest, so let's dive in. We'll start right away with the area where you'll spend most of your time. The cockpit layout is similar on both boats. A sitting lounge, a table, and opposite-facing seats for lounging or relaxing. Of course, on the Lagoon 42, everything feels a bit roomier, larger, and more comfortable, but the overall concept is the same. Here's a rule that applies to both. Before your charter, make sure the extra chairs for the cockpit table are included. Trust me, it's a small detail that can ruin the entire week if they're missing. Let's move to the saloon. The concept is similar, but the main difference is the galley. On the L42, it's separated in a U-shaped layout. Naturally, the 42 has a larger table and more seating space. Both usually come with 2 fridges like this, and the 42 often even includes an extra one outside. I have to say, everything in the L40 feels much smaller. 2 people can barely pass each other in the saloon. It's also missing crucial storage space for food, which the L42 handles much better. Everything else is pretty much the same. All the basic cooking equipment and utensils are there. Alright, it's time to head down to the cabins. Technically, both boats are designed to accommodate up to 8 people in their cabins, but in my opinion, the Lagoon 40 comfortably fits no more than 6. That's mainly because the 2 forward cabins are quite narrow. Starting with the aft cabin, both have a decent-sized double bed, but the 42 offers side access, which adds a nice touch of comfort. When it comes to storage, the 42 is more practical, while on the 40 you need to lift the mattress to reach the storage space for clothes. Let's compare the bathrooms of the aft cabins. Here's where the big difference comes in. The 42 has a separate shower area, while the 40 combines everything in one space, which makes it almost impossible to dry off with a towel because it's so tight. In my opinion, that separate shower really gives the 42 a touch of extra comfort and a bit of a luxury feel. Let's go straight to the forward cabin bathrooms. Here, the situation is almost identical. Both boats have a combined toilet, sink, and shower, as you can see. The L40 has this small shower curtain to keep things from getting wet, but there's barely enough room to turn around. As for the forward cabins, as I mentioned earlier, the L40 feels quite cramped here. It's really hard for 2 people to sleep comfortably, and this cabin often ends up being used as extra storage for luggage. The L42 is a bit more spacious in this area. It's also worth mentioning that both boats come in owner's versions, which means one entire hull is dedicated to a spacious cabin with a large bathroom up front. I definitely recommend this version if you have no more than 6 people on board. And just to show you from my own experience, the corridors and doors on the Lagoon 40 are really narrow. Sure, I'm almost 2 meters tall, but still, it feels low and tight. On the 42, it's a bit more spacious. Okay, now that we've covered the interior, let's head outside. When it comes to the helm stations, they're almost identical on both catamarans. Each is positioned on a raised platform on either the port or starboard side, with steps leading up from the cockpit for easier access. If we take a look at the bow area, it's clear that both catamarans follow almost the same concept. The trampoline and sun pads are similar, and both share the same issue. The cushions are really meant just for lying down, and you'll often need to add a few extra pillows to make it more comfortable. Another thing worth noting is the lack of proper cup holders or small tables up front, so the setup feels a bit basic overall. Both models feature 2 storage lockers, or so-called skipper cabins, on each side of the bow, though on the Lagoon 42 they're slightly larger. The Lagoon 42 also comes with additional sunbathing cushions located on the roof. Finally, we get to the dinghy setup. This is where the difference becomes quite noticeable. On the Lagoon 42, the platform is slightly larger, allowing for a bigger and more capable dinghy. Another key difference is in the lifting system. The Lagoon 40 uses a manual winch, while the Lagoon 42 is equipped with an electric one, making the whole process much quicker and easier. When lifted, the dinghy on the 42 sits high and secure above the water, while on the 40 it hangs much closer to the surface, which in my experience can be tricky when the waves pick up, as it tends to get splashed and needs extra securing with ropes. So here's my honest take. Both Lagoon 40 and 42 are great boats, but they're made for slightly different types of guests. The Lagoon 42 gives you noticeably more space, comfort, and storage, and for 6 to 8 people, that alone makes a huge difference during the week. That upgrade usually comes at a cost of around 1,500 to 2,000 euros. The real question is, does that extra comfort matter enough for you? If you're already planning your next sailing trip, you'll find a few useful links below the video in the description. Definitely check them out. Don't forget to like the video if you enjoyed it, and check out my channel for more content like this.